salutations, all you gallivanters of the galaxy out there, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye, where we're uncovering the conspiracy fact the government doesn't want you to know about. As always, I'm your host, Alexander Sorkin, and this week we're talking about SpaceX's recent launch and re-entry of the Falcon 9 rocket. On Sunday morning, following Elon's appearance on Saturday Night Live that led to Dogecoin plummeting by 35%, SpaceX launched one of its Falcon 9 rockets into the atmosphere. The purpose of this launch was to bring another 60 Starlink internet satellites into orbit around the Earth. Approximately 9 minutes after takeoff, the first stage of the rocket returned to Earth and successfully touched down on SpaceX's drone ship named Just Read the Instructions, ready to be resupplied and launched again. This launch was a historic moment for SpaceX, as it was the first time a single rocket booster has made the trip out into the cosmos and back 10 times. They don't plan on stopping here either. In their mission to perfect reusable rockets, SpaceX plans to push the limits and see just how long these rockets can be used. 3 years ago, Musk stated that the rockets could be used up to 100 times before retirement, but has also said that there doesn't appear to be any hard limits on the number of launches they can perform. NASA and the US Space Force have also recently granted SpaceX approval to fly their own payloads on reused rockets, including manned missions. With this successful launch, SpaceX now has over 1,600 Starlink satellites in orbit, some of which are no longer operational. This brings us to the next topic I wanted to look at today, and that's space junk. Since the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik 1 in October of 1957, humans have been shooting objects into space in the name of science. This is all well and good. I'm all for the advancement of science. But the problem arises when you start to realize just how much of this space junk there is out there. There are over 34,000 pieces of junk that are larger than 10 centimeters, and over 128 million pieces larger than 1 millimeter. Though that size doesn't seem too large, these objects are traveling at speeds of up to 28,000 kilometers per hour. They can cause some serious damage when they collide with working satellites or other pieces of debris, which in turn causes more space debris to be floating around. This concept of accumulating space debris that feeds off itself is known as Kessler syndrome. And that's not even to mention that Amazon is looking to add another 3,200 satellites in the near future. The low Earth orbit is filling up, and with each additional launch, it's just adding to the danger. Now, for the most part, us here on Earth are safe. If they do happen to fall back towards Earth, most of these objects are small enough that they burn up before re-entry. And if they do happen to hit the ground, there's a very high chance that they'll just fall into the ocean. We've seen this recently with China's Long March 5B rocket that tumbled towards Earth just a few days ago. But the more objects we launch into the space, the higher the likelihood of some catastrophic event occurring. A variety of possible fixes to this problem has been suggested, from giant nets to giant harpoons to robotic arms, but with the variety of debris out there, there doesn't seem to be a one-size-fits-all approach. But with that being said, one thing is for sure. We need to come up with a solution before the problem becomes more overwhelming than it already is. But that's all for this week, folks. Make sure to look out for falling space debris, and remember, there's more than meets the eye.